Let's create our database, the first thing. So if you click on databases, I'm going to create Tasty. I'll use the convention. You can see all databases start with a lowercase letter. So I'm just going to go Tasty. Collation is something that you would have seen in your CSS file on top, in the HTML file on top. Encoding, UTF-8, UTF encoding. That is the character set it supports. So it's the broadest one we need for the Asia Pacific region. And you can see if you are using some other languages, there's a support for that, and this is basically the character set that you want. In my case, I want UTF-8, English, general, case insensitive. Case insensitive means when you write your query, it will not be case sensitive. Even if you make make your text uppercase or lowercase, the query will still work. So UTF-8 general, case insensitive is fine. Tasty burger and create. So a database has been created, and because it is arranged alphabetically, you can see down here Tasty, but it's empty. It is nothing. Now, so click on the database. Now it says I wanted, what tables do you want in the database? So inside a database you have a table. Inside the table you have columns, and then you have rows of records. Now ideally I need two tables, one for burgers, one for rolls. But I will manage with one table because I'm not a very big shop. I'm a corner shop. I don't have too many records. I'm not Google. Question?
Were you using Kickstarter?
Yes.
With the columns, it was like half and half or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Could you put two PHP files in each column?
Yes, you can. And I will be doing it because you know how I have specials?
Yeah, you can.
I will be having PHP code there.
Yeah.
Okay. So coming back to tables, I'm actually going to have one table called menu. Now you might have two tables. You might want a separate table for guitars, accessories. You might have electric guitars. You might feel comfortable having one table for electric, one table for acoustic. You might even have drums. Like for the kind of data Muruj has, she might need men's fashion, women's fashion, kids fashion. In my case, I'm going to have one, and you will also learn a few more things about how I do things. Now, number of columns. Let's see how many columns I have. I need a picture, I need a name, description, price, at least. Then I need to know whether it's on specials or not. So 5. And I also need to know whether it's a burger or a roll. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go 6 columns. So for me, 6 columns. You can add more, so don't stress over it. I'm going to say 6 columns. Actually, my bad. I need one more. The first column has to be menu ID. The first thing that each one of you gets when you enroll at TAFE is a unique number. Did you get to choose that number? It's not random. There is a method to it. The last 2 digits actually indicate the year in which you have enrolled for the first time. It does for the first course that you enroll. It does indicate what course you enroll for the first time. The year is the last 2 digits. But here, what I'm going to do today is I will have an integer. Okay. But you can choose that this one should be automatically increment. Can you see this AI auto increment? So we need auto increment. It will be an integer. The menu ID will be an integer. Length will just have it 2. I don't have more than 100 products. I will leave the default as it is. Collation, I'm going to leave it because it will inherit it from the database. I can choose to have 0 fill at the beginning. So 1 will be represented as 0001. I don't need that. Can this be null? No. I will say it's an index. I need one field that is unique. And in your case, in your entire student record, your last name is not unique. Your address is not unique. Your phone number is not unique because there might be two people from your household who have studied here. But your student ID is unique. So I'm going to set this as an index. Let me run through this. The first one is menu ID, integer. You can give it any length you want. 11, 10, 5. I'll just leave it as 2. And I'm making this as auto increment, which means it will automatically generate a number for me. Okay? Auto increment. The next thing I have is picture. My picture is a character. See, I have character. I have somewhere here character. If I go char, and I also have varchar. The difference between char and varchar is a variable character. So suppose you have used only 5 names. It will not occupy 20 in the memory. It will only occupy 5. So I can specify this to be 30. Okay? Because even if I use 5, it's only going to store 5. So I'm going to, sometimes you fall short, so it's better not to fall short. Let's go 50. What's the maximum? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 30 is enough.
So that length is the number of characters
In that file name, this is this. Length is this. Yeah. Yeah.
So we'd be doing it the same way we did that XML.
No, hang on. No. Don't think XML now. Leave that behind.
Is this going to link to like the images you have assets, or is this just the tables?
That through code. Right now I'm just going to specify the images.
Okay.
It will not show you or hide the images. It will just store whatever I give it. And when I call it, I have to specify where the images are stored. Did you notice in your JavaScript in XML, I specified the images folder? I specified it in the code. And I had the same conversation with Dimitris regarding the XML. He asked whether the path should be stored in the database or it should be stored in the code. It should be in the code. Don't store the path in the database. If you store the path in the database, if you change the folder name, everything will go missing. Make sense? Okay. So I have picture. I have name. Name is also a varchar. I'll go 30. Now I'm allowing the picture to be null. Okay. I want so that I'm not forced to give it a picture. I won't let the name be null. Description. I will allow the description to be null. Description needs more, so I'll give it about 100. So these are my fields, okay? Then I have price. Price can actually be a decimal, and it's called a float. I think it also has decimal, and you can choose a format for the decimal, but I will leave it as varchar. You know why? Because if I leave it as varchar, I can put a $sign in the database. If I specifically say I want a decimal, it will not allow me to put a $sign in the database, and then I'll have to throw it through code, which is not a bad idea, especially when you're doing an international shopping cart. You want to throw the symbol based on the location. So when you read a location of some country, you want the symbol of that country. But in this case, I'm just going to leave it as varchar. There were 2 more things. One was item, whether it's a burger or a roll. Okay. I'll just leave it as varchar. Burger roll. And I need one more, so I can save this and I can add one more column. and that last column will be special. This is not a number. What's not a number? Okay, price. Okay. Dollar 1 2 3 4. I'll take about 5 characters. Okay, here. Item burger or burger 6. Okay, burger or roll 6. I'll keep 10 just in case. I have more things in the menu later. Actually, more is better because variable, that's the advantage of a variable character. Even if I allocate 20, it doesn't mean it's going to hold 20 in memory. It will only hold whatever it needs.
What happens if there's, you say you put 20 in the link, but the actual thing has like more than 20?
It truncates. It actually truncates it. It chops off whatever is more than 20. And the SQL gives you an error saying that, hey, you know what? You tried to insert a record that is longer than the capacity of the field, so it actually truncates it. It does accept whatever it can accept. Yeah.
Why, description, why would pic be the same as Varchar? Because wouldn't the pic be like the image itself?
No, pic is the name of the image, not the actual image. Pic is the name of the image. You can't store an image in a database, and that's what Google does when you search for images. When you start storing an image in the database, an image is made up of pixels and shades. That's what goes in the database. But I'm actually storing the name of it. I'm not storing the image in my database. In fact, when you upload stuff to YouTube, you remember how YouTube tells you, hey, you have used the music which is copyright of so-and-so. So I used one Indian song, and it actually told me who is the owner of that song. Because those databases can even hold the frequencies of sound. So it's got patterns for music, and it just matches a pattern and says, hey, this belongs to T series. And it gives you a warning that you might have to take it down at a future date if T series objects.
Sometimes those types of music copyright things take down music that aren't even if it's like your own music, they still take it down anyway because it's an automatic system. It's not.
Yes, absolutely. There's not a single person sitting there.
How do we
How do you delete a record? Okay, I'll show you. Let me save this. Now when you save this, I've got a table called menu. If I click on menu, if I click on structure, can you click on structure? Now if you want to delete any of these, you click here and you click on drop. Or you can click on drop here by multiple clicks.
I've got one side on the PHP my admin, my bad. I've got another one on the
You want to delete a database.
yeah.
So you go to database, you go home, click on this home icon, then click on databases, then choose the database you want.
Isn't there some things that you have to keep for PHP admins for?
Yeah. I'm not going to delete anything. A lot of these are required by PHPMyAdmin.
But you see how menu is in tasty? Is for yours?
Yeah, if I go to Tasty, I have menu. Yep.
Yeah, I've got another one in there, but it's not showing up.
You have another table there.
Yeah, I don't know how to
What do you mean it's not showing up?
it just doesn't show up.
So then, okay. I'll come over and I'll stop this recording. And